Okay everyone, today's video we are going to be making a 5x5 card. So I'm just folding it over here and using my Teflon bone folder to just, make my crease nice and solid. I've already cut my decorative sheet to be 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 because I just want a slight border of white around all 4 edges. Now my plan is, on the bottom here, I want to use this white circle. I have an oval piece that I'm going to use, and then a white piece that's going to come off the side with the sentiment. And then from earlier in the week when I did the fishes with the mica powder, I'm going to use 2 of those. The big one is just a little too big, so I think I'm going to use the 2 smaller ones. And we'll figure out where they need to go. I'll decide. Probably, most likely it'll go like that. Some version of that. You know how things go once you're like through the process and actually sticking stuff on, things change. But before we get started on this, I don't want to leave this circle just pure white. So I'm going to get my Distress inks out. And I'm going to use Vintage Photo. It's probably my favorite brown Distress ink. I probably use it the most on, like my scrapbooks that I make or anything that I want distress. I always go for that one. And I'm just very lightly use a scratch page so that you can start off on the scratch page and then lightly come on to the actual piece that you're using, because any type of like strong strokes or like marks, you want to have it on the scratch paper and not the actual piece that you're using. Now I got this from a friend of mine. Once again, I want to say she was getting rid of a lot of her stuff, and it's this stamp by Stupendous, and it has the 4 different designs. And I decided for this I was going to ink up a couple of the different sides. I'm just using the black soot mini inker there, and it is easy to get sharp lines because it's a very specific size square. So my suggestion would be, if you're going to use it, stamp quickly. Because if you stamp down and then stamp back up, you'll get a perfect square. And if you're not using a square piece and you want it to be, more full, kind of like this is, then you gotta stamp and then move it quickly. Alright, and we're just going to put our inks back and bring everything back out so we can get everything put back together. Oh, the stamp I'm using is from the Sassy and Sweet stamp set, and it's Gone Fishing. And I just figured it would fit, perfectly just right here on this sentiment piece that I had already previously cut out before starting the video. So we just press down, press up, and I'm going to pull it up here and try and give it a little bit of shade so you can see it. Alright, so now we're going to put our page together, and I'm going to have some pieces stick up. I'm going to have some just flat right to the card, like the circle here. We're going to attach our decorative piece to the oval with the scallop edge. And on this one, it's going to go on top of the sentiment. So I had to put the sentiment down first. So that's going to be down flat. And then I'm going to get just a few, like the little leftover bits on some of the foam tape or dots that you have. And I'm going to put that around to get it lifted off. And since that was the last, the end bits, I don't have a whole lot. So once I put this down for the fish, I'm going to actually grab a new package. It was one I got from one of the stores. I can't even remember. Look, I keep trying to use that big one. It's just not going to work, but it's like I'm determined, right? So yeah, we're going to stick with that right there. So let me show you this one. I want to say it was out, I want to say it might have been Michael's, and it was like $1 or something like that. And I should have got more at the time, but of course I didn't. So I'm just gonna cry later in my cereal. But right now I'm just trying to move my foam tape to make sure it's not sticking out anywhere. And at the very top of the fish, I added a little bit of tape so that way I could have it stick to my oval piece. So like part of it has dimension and part of it is smooth with the piece that we have there. And then we're adding 2 more to the bronze colored one. And because it didn't matter where, you know, I was putting that one right in the middle, it wasn't attaching to anything else, I was able to spread it out as far as those dots. So, we'll be right back. Guess what? Sequins! You gotta love the sequins, I swear. I'm like, I know this is for, I'm thinking of it for my own dad, making a card, you know, for Father's Day. And I'm like, he could handle a couple of sequins. You know, just a little something to give the card a little extra, you know, sparkle or shine. The fish themselves look really pretty, and you know, it doesn't hurt. And I don't think it makes the card girly to put the sequins on it. So we're gonna attach them here. I'm using the quick pickup tool and the multi-medium mat by Ranger. And I'm just spreading them around. I already had, as I was laying them down, I kind of had an idea where I wanted to put them. I know some people like to place them exactly where they want them on the card, and then that way they just lift up and, you know, put the glue right down. For me, it's, I gotta kind of just go with the flow. I don't try and make it so rigid because it almost never fails that I never put them in the same exact spot. So I don't stress over it. So once we get the last one on, I'm just making sure to put my cap back on my glue so it doesn't dry out. And there is our card. So thanks again for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and please share, because once we get to 150 subscribers, we will have a giveaway. And I will see you guys in our next video, and I hope you have a great weekend.